Each to his own, Mr. Shepherd, but I still say it sounds like a very funny sort of holiday to me.
How many times do I have to tell you it is not a funny holiday?
It will be when you come back with your face covered in coal dust, though, won't it?
There's not going to be any coal dust. How many times do I have to tell you that?
There's always coal on barges, isn't there?
Not on this kind of a barge. This is a holiday barge. All decorated up. A narrowboat.
What? Oh, it's full of Vikings.
Them's longboats. This is a narrowboat, and there won't be nothing on it except me and that there.
That's another funny thing I can't understand. Taking a shop window dummy along for the ride.
When are you going to get it into your skull that this is our Aunt Sally? Our Aunt Sally! Well, I'm not taking her along for the ride, I'm taking her to sell her. The canal that I should be sailing on goes right through Westchester, and there's a chap there collects things like this. He's got a whole museum full of them. Memorabilia, they're called.
Memorabilia? Sounds like a plant to me. Memorabilia? I thought you said you'd call it an Aunt Sally.
Well, you'll laugh on the other side of your face when I get a packet for her, won't it? I'm expecting to get as much for her as will pay for my own holiday.
Overdip, deeper overdip. I said overdip, deeper overdip. All right, be like that. You must be as bum-swizzled as a balmy badger anyway, standing out here in the concrete with any scarecrow worth his straw knows that his rightful place is standing in a field up to his ankles in soggy mud. Yeah. Well, I'll be buzzing my coot if it ain't Aunt Sal. Hello, Aunt Sal. How you doing? Oh, sulking again, is we? I don't know what you got to sulk about with a nice shiny motor car like this to ride about in. Just about to suit a couple of shiny motor car like this, boy. Yeah, you know, I reckon if we three had one of these shiny new motor cars, we could take it up atop a 10-acre field and fill it full of straw and such. And happen to have a couple of window boxes full of onions in them on the roof. Yeah, we'd be as snug and happy as a couple of piggies in muck, so we would. Are you listening to me? Do I have to wrap that steering wheel round your head? All right, sulk if you want to, see if I care.
Price of petrol.
Oh, Odskiddy Gators, it's that bad-tempered old buzzard.
Saucy Gummidge of young John Porter and opposition.
Pardon me, miss, but was that Mr. Shepherd's car outside? You've no idea where he's gone?
No.
Oh. Well, would you mend my bicycle chain for me?
Oh, your feet have been digging into the small of my straw the entire journey, Aunt Sally. I've never been so uncomfortable since I fell in that there comical harvester and finished up as a bale of hay. Oh, he's having a sulking off today, isn't we? Well, go on, sulk on then, see if I cares. There. Well, dice me head and mix it up with other vegetables. If that bad-tempered old buzzard ain't brought us to the seesaw. Hey! Oh. Excuse me, mister, but where could I buy a stick of rock? I said, where can I buy a stick of rock? Oh, you ain't in.
Right you are, Mr. Shepherd. If you'll just do the honours on the dotted line, I'll take you down. You have handled a boat before, haven't you?
Handled the boat before? Are you accusing me of being a landlubber? I have. You know my grandfather was a ship's captain, sailed the 7 seas, he did. Him and his grandfather before him. Born and bred in boats, our shepherds have been.
Well, in that case, all you'll be wanting is the keys.
Mind you, of course, they were ocean-going craft. I might be a touch rusty as far as these barges is concerned.
They're as easy as pie to handle. If you'll just complete the documentation, just stand there.
Hey, now, what is fancy chancing my straw and a trip in one of these here floating boat things?
Ahoy there, shipmate!
Well, scatter me straw and seed sowing time if it ain't the Saucy Nancy. Hey, what are you doing in these here parts? I always thought you took off to Australia when you married my cousin Cobber Outback Gummidge and made an honest scarecrow out of it.
Come aboard, Cully, while I unfasten myself from the prow of this here craft, and I'll spin you a seagoing yarn as strange as ever befell any mariner.
Reckons I'll do that, Saucy Nancy. Hey, yeah. Yeah, how do you get on this?
Put up there, you landlubber. Come on, Worzel, get in the boat. Oh, cheer up, Cully. Worse things happen at sea.
Yeah, what happens there does, Saucy Nancy, but they shouldn't happen to old Worzel. They shouldn't happen to his little rubbing redbreast neither. Yeah, look at that. Dang squatter. Yeah. Anyway, go on, Saucy Nancy. Go and tell me about what happened to Cousin Copper.
Well then, we were going.
All right, I'll handle this. If you'll be good enough to look after them other things for me.
Funny the things some people take on holiday with them. You know, I had one bloke. 45 if he was a day. Carting a great big teddy bear along with him. Mascot, is it?
No, 'tis not a mascot, 'tis an Aunt Sally. Very valuable antique, this is. And I ain't taking her on no holiday either. I'm taking her along to the museum to sell her.
Museum?
Scarecrow pirate said there ain't no such thing.
Of course there is, dearie. Else why should I be serving my time on this barge while my husband's stretching his sea legs on a four-master off Madagascar?
Yeah, come to think of it. Yeah, where'd you get your sea legs from? Last time I seen you, you was going around on wheels.
That I was. But as soon as I got wed, I fixed myself up with these pins, didn't I?
Huh? How?
His captainship.
Oh, interesting. How did Cousin Cobber come by this here pirate dead then, and how come I ain't got one?
Well, where do you think you find a scarecrow's head on board a ship? In the crow's nest, of course. Oh, honestly, Worzel, sometimes you're as thick as the planks off a Spanish bark.
Yeah. There ain't nothing between these two ears but a turnip, Saucy Nancy, and I'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, what happened to Cousin Cobber after he found this here pirate dead then?
What happened indeed? I'll tell you what happened. No sooner does he get it on his shoulders when it turns him into an altogether different scarecrow. Oh, he wasn't the Cobber Outback that I was married to by the crowman, and that's a fact. Don't want to go to Oz no more, says he. He wants to go off a pirating, don't he?
My, is that a fact?
You go, I says, but don't expect me to come with you. I'm an honest figurehead, I told him, which I am. Heart of solid British oak. So I floats back home to wait for him while he goes off to plunder and pillage off the Barbary coast.
Mash up me head and serve it as pigs will. That's a seafaring tale and a half, that is, Saucy Nancy.
Steady as you go.
Take two.
Steady, Mr.
We're being
Shepherd.
boarded.
I'll show the gear inside first of all, Mr. Shepherd. Then I'll show you how to handle the controls.
Never you mind them boat there, Bill. You just give me a hand with this here dot Aunt Sally there. That's it, Bill, that's it. What? Mind down now.
Take it around,
Set her down just in the corner.
Okay.
That's it. Put her down right in.
Oh, sorry. What I was saying, it's a regular little floating home from home. You've got your galley, you've got your stove, you've got your sink, which comes complete with running hot and cold. And if you move down into your forward cabin, you've got your... Hello. That's funny. We don't have that far hatch open. Well, hardly. She's been vandalised.
Yes.
Well, the craft, of course. There was a unique example of late marine wood carving attached to her prow. She's disappeared.
Worzel Gummidge! What are you doing with that smelly herring box? I'll give you herring box, you woodworm rattle broom.
Well, what have you lost then?
A unique example of a late 18th century marine wood carving. A valuable ship's figurehead.
Oh, one of them mouldy old things, eh? Well, you want to get somebody's handy with a penknife, don't you? Boy Scout, perhaps get him to whittle you another one.
Don't say daft, I can't do no such thing. It's irreplaceable, that figurehead is. It's priceless.
What, an old bit of wood carving?
With a daft sight more than your overgrown dolly.
For your information, that is not a dolly. That is a Aunt Sally, a very valuable antique.
Not half as valuable, I'll be bound, as my ship's figurehead.
Oh, ain't no comparison.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. You aren't going nowhere on this boat, Chief, till that figurehead turns up.
But I've got to say right away, I've got a very important appointment with the curator of a Memorial Lobelia Museum. My Aunt Sally is going on public display.
That it may be, Mr. Shepherd, but not yet a while it ain't. Not till that figurehead turns up and gets nailed up where it rightly belongs, on the prow of this here craft. So come on. Vandalism! That's what it is. I'll have to hire ship's carpenter to repair the damage right away.
What do you mean? This boat's been ironed out for me. I've got to get her underway.
All hands on deck, dearie. Show a leg.
All hands on what, Saucy Nancy? Why for?
I'm not showing a leg. Have you ever shown so much as the merest hint of a dainty ankle in my entire life?
Oh, pay no heed to that harpoon stick, Worzel, and set your jib alongside your Saucy Nancy.
Why, where are you going to, Saucy Nancy?
To sea, of course. Didn't you hear what he said? I'm to be nailed down. Nailed down, is it? Well, I've never been nailed down in all of me nautical history. So stand by, shipmates, to cast off.
You won't cast off so much as a row of knitting. My Worzel doesn't go anywhere unless I goes with him. And I ain't going anywhere where Hugh makes three.
Oh, belay there, you botched up broom handle.
Broom handle yourself. At least I don't have periwinkles nestling in my nether regions, like some I could mention.
Better a periwinkle in my nether region than the Death Watch beetle in your head.
Death Watch! Worzel, are you going to stand there and let this piece of petrified flotsam insult me?
Oh, I reckon if you two are going to go on name calling each other, I might as well sit back here and enjoy it. Hey, might learn a thing or three.
Oh, no, you don't. Anyway, you got no right to bring her aboard, not without the captain's permission.
You ain't got no right. I never bring nobody on board anyway.
I wouldn't stoop so low as to accompany you, even if you asked me.
Oh, a stowaway, is she? Well, I've got ways of dealing with a stowaway. How'd you like to walk the plank broomstick?
How'd you like a hat pin stuck in your woodwork, driftwood?
Well, I'm not staying here to listen to her back chat. So let's put the Akmak ashore and head for a water.
You ain't so much as a single twig of me, Gummidge. We'll soon see who's a sufferer.
Oh, sorry, but you're not going to let yourself be dictated to, are you?
If you so much as listen to a word of that common seaman's carving, I'll never speak to you again.
He will listen to me.
So as I tell you.
Yeah. Damnation take it back what you're doing. You'll have the arm off of the snake. Now look what you've been and gone and done.
Oh, don't take on so, Cully. Leastways, you've still got the other one, and speaking personally, I quite like the cut of a chap's jib when he's missing a limb or two. Here, you can have a knock on it instead. Put a knock on there and a parrot on your shoulder. Oh, that'll set you off a fair treat.
Oh, come on.
Oh, take no notice of her. Oh, scuttle me, but you'll set every maiden's heart aflutter from Cadiz to Portsmouth.
My. Is that a fact? Did you hear that, Aunt Sally?
Oh, batten down the hatches. The monsoon season started early. Well, I'm not stopping here listening to a snivelling parasol. You'll give yourself rising damp, dearie. That's if you ain't half rotten with it already.
Don't take on so, Aunt Sally. You know what it does to me when you start that sniveling and a weeping. I start sniveling and a weeping myself. I can soon put my arm back on again. Yeah, you won't have to marry your old Worzel with a hook on the end of his arm if you don't want to.
It would make even the difference if you were covered all over from head to toe in hooks. Marry you? I would marry you if you were the last scarecrow on the face of the earth.
Why the hell are you weeping? Now you stop this weeping that very minute, or I'll give you something to weep for, missy. Now, come at you with sandpaper so I will and rub you down to nothing. Yeah. Come on. Give us an hand with me hand.
Isn't that typical? 15 years, a skilled ship's carpenter, man and boy, and he goes and hits his thumb with an hammer trying to hang up a picture at home.
Where does that leave me?
Well, you might as well take the boat. See, I haven't got no figurehead, no skilled carpenter to nail it up when it does come back. But I want the boat back in time, mind.
Don't you worry about that.
What's going on, Saucy Nancy?
Marauders returning and sighted off the port bow. All hands to action station.
Come on, Aunt Sally, we're going to get out of here. Nobby, now look what she's done. She's gone into herself. If being man-tended, I'll have to join her.
Gently, Nutty. I said gently.
Oh, come on, look lively, shipmate. Right then, fire!
That's funny.
What's that?
Well, my Aunt Sally. I could have swore I left her up the back end there, and now here she's down the front end. How do you reckon that happened?
Don't ask me. So by my figurehead went, perhaps. Only that disappeared entirely.
Oh, strange things happens at sea.
They does, but not in canals they doesn't. Where the hangman's it got to?
Get going now, shipmate. As soon as the coast is clear, we'll slip aboard and make for open water.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going all right, Saucy Nancy. They're taking Aunt Sally with them. And there she is, waving her elegant arms and crying out for help. Oi, you there, you bum-swizzled old buzzard. You bring my intended back here.
Take me if it ain't that village idiot come all this way to break me. Puzzle! Go on, sling you.
I ain't slinging you up nowhere. You bring my Aunt Sally back here, you cowardly old gotcha. You bring her back. Bring my Aunt Sally. Bring her back. Where's he taking her to, Saucy Nancy?
She's been shanghaied, shipmate, shanghaied.
Where's Shanghai?
Why, that's kidnapped, Worzel, in a seafaring manner. Hoisted off to foreign parts to be auctioned off in a marketplace as the umpteenth wife of a sultan.
She like that dang blaster. Ain't there nothing we can do?
Yes, steal a ship ourselves, make good sail and we'll save the wench. That's if you've a stomach for adventure.
Well, I got the stomach for it, all right. All good solid straw in there. What I ain't got is the head for it. What I need's a brave head, and this head I got on's a cowardly head. The only brave head I know is back along a Scatterbrook with His Eminence the Crow Man.
I've got something that'll suit your purpose.
Have ya? What's it? Hey. What's that? Yeah, that's Cousin Cobber's head.
Oh, isn't it handsome? He left it with me when he went off on his pirate's head to plunder and pillage off the Barbary coast.
Yeah, I can't wear that, Saucy Nancy. It wouldn't do at all.
Oh, they don't come any braver than my old man. Been adventuring all over the world, he has. Sheep farming, cowboying, and it's seen a spell afore the mast. It's just what you need.
Yeah, well, I ain't denying that, Saucy Nancy, but I ain't never worn an Australian alien before.
Well, there's always a first time for everything, dearie. Now, come on, try it on. Does it feel okay?
Yeah, too right, Blue. Yeah, it's a mite loose. But then Cousin Cobber's neck always was a titch scrawnier than mine. Yeah, mouth's a bit dry and all. Still, that ain't nothing that a vial of crumble bar and a couple of tubes of ginger beer won't cure.
You're not funny. You sound just like him. Oh, cool. I couldn't half fancy you.
Yeah, digging me didgeridoo. I could go for a shooter like you myself.
Oh, splice me main brace. And I could go for you too now. You looks like copper.
The only trouble is I can't go for a shooter like you. On account of the fact that I've got a shooter of my own back in the outback.
But she ain't in the outback, Cully. She's on that painted boat. And if we don't shake her leg, your Sheila will be 100 leagues from here.
Yeah, you're right there, Saucy Nancy. But what are we gonna do?
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll nick a boat.
There you are, Mr. Persklow.
My word. Words fail me. I just don't know what to say.
Genuine antique, that is. Genuine memorabilia. Been in my family for generations, that has.
Oh, I can well believe it, Mr. Shepherd. I can well believe it. Now, let me see. At a rough guess, circa 1870, 1875. What a beauty she is. Just look at those cheeks.
So you likes it, then?
Like, Mr. Shepherd, is hardly the word. I am besotted by it. Such craftsmanship, such skill. Oh, they don't make Aunt Sally's like that anymore, Mr. Shepherd.
You reckon you got a place for it in your museum?
Oh, yes, indeed. The very spot. In bygone pastimes. I shall put her between my Elizabethan skittle alley and my Georgian chaff halfpenny board.
Now, if that's a genuine antique Aunt Sally, it must be worth the bob too, mustn't it?
It certainly is, Mr. Shepherd. There's no doubt about it.
What sort of a price had you got in mind?
Price, Mr. Shepherd. Price?
How much?
My dear Mr. Shepherd. An Aunt Sally such as this is beyond price. This is unique, and shall take pride of place in my museum for the honour.
Honour?
Of course.
No money?
Of course not. Strange types one sees on the river these days.
Sally, I'll never Lord you!
No! No, big cat, no! Look at my beautiful hair! And the paint running down my pretty face! And my elegant clothes is ruined!
But we rescued you, though, Aunt Sally. You got us to thank for being saved.
Saved! You utterly ruined my entire career! I was to be put into a museum! I was to be in a glass box of my very own! I was to be on show! Me admired by everyone! You don't look at me now!
But you was waving to us, Aunt Sally, through that there little window in the boat. You was crying out for help.
I was waving you goodbye, you ignorant even straw! And the only worry I had was that I hadn't seen the back of you. And not without good reason. You ruined my entire life!
Bid her a sailor's farewell, shipmate. Good riddance to her.
And for you unedifying hunk of lower deck scrimshaw! If you wanted to rescue somebody, why didn't you rescue her?
Rescue Saucy Nancy, Aunt Sally, but she don't need to be rescued.
She does now!
Aunt Sally! Don't leave me here, Aunt Sally! I only did it because I loves you! Aunt Sally! Aunt Sally!
Worzel Gummidge.
Oh, hello, Your Reverend.
So she's done it to you again, has she?
Looks like it, Your Holiness.
Well then, come on out. Back to work.